Okay. So today, if you are joining us to Happy Hour for the first time, welcome. Happy Hour is a new, well, I guess we're not new anymore, but we are a dating and relationship show where we just talk to your favorite celebrities about all things love. And tonight's guest, we have LisaRaye McCoy, who is fantastic. She is an actress, entrepreneur. She has been recently named Mother of Ghana, Queen Mother of Ghana. She's a former First Lady of Turks and Caicos. Very excited to talk to her today. Tonight, we're going to talk to her about balance, personal growth, why settling is destroying your relationship goals. Something that you might not even notice is happening right now, but it's happening to you, believe me or not. If you are joining us for the first time, I encourage you, as part of Happy Hour, to bring yourself a little beverage to kind of help you through the night, through the conversation. Today I'm enjoying rum chata. This is like my go-to. It's my home. I tell you, I just freaking love it. But yes, we're gonna talk about these things and just kind of go through. If you have any questions for LisaRaye as we go along, please feel free to drop a question, a comment, a thought, an opinion, whatever. Hopefully we'll have an opportunity to answer your question. So let's kind of see if she is going to step in and join us. Hopefully working your way through quarantine. I'm sure many of you have been, doing the best that you can to make it through the day. Oh, it's rough. So great. So it seems that LisaRaye is on. Let's go ahead and move it forward. We are waiting for you, Miss LisaRaye.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. How you been?
I've been good. It feels like forever ago since
It
I last
has
saw
been.
you.
It has been. It's been what, at least over
Like
5
10
years.
years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has. So thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, I was looking forward to talking to you for many reasons, but predominantly because I've noticed you have been like a guru these days, just like dishing out some of the best advice ever. And really wanting to get your perspective and point of view about many different things. Since I know it's been some time since we had an opportunity to talk, just kind of like filling some people in, we met on your show, LisaRaye the Real McCoy. And I was a matchmaker working with you at the time. I know that so much has happened with you since then. If I can ask, straight up, is LisaRaye on the market? Are you still seeking your Mr. Right?
I am. I can't really say that I'm seeking. I'm not actually going out saying, you know what, tonight's going to be the night, or I'm going to this happy hour because I'm looking for somebody.
Yeah.
It's not that. And you know how when you say that, people just want to take things and run with it and go, well, you should look for him. Let him find you because the Bible says it. It's like, honey, child, you know exactly what I mean. And if you don't, then keep it moving. But I'm open, definitely. Do I have other things on my plate? Absolutely.
Sure.
Will I stop doing what I'm doing for love? No, I won't. You know what I mean? I want to add that to what I have going on. My prayer has been, Father, let me at least start dating the man that I'm going to marry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me get to know him. Let me get to know him,
For sure. So I know that you have been in some great relationships and not so great relationships over the last, couple of years. Have you noticed any changes in how you search for a partner now as you've matured?
Oh gosh, yeah. Especially when you come from being a wife, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
A wife, I think for us women is the ultimate relationship because it's more than a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. It's more than a side chick. It's
Yeah.
more than a mistress. It's more than being engaged. You are a wife, but when that turns sour and it turns into a divorce, then at that point you have to start looking at yourself saying, what happened? And not just point the finger at him or the marriage at whole. You have to figure out what did you do and what could you have done better and what will
Yeah.
you do out of that relationship differently. So I won't be selfish as I was, as self-centered as I was as well.
Wow.
I wouldn't take anything for granted. You want to say hi? You don't? You want to say hi? Come on. You can say hi.
Come on, girl, you
Come on,
can.
little baby. Don't, you're not acting shy. No. Mm-mm. Say hello.
Hi,
Say hi.
sweetie.
Hi.
Beautiful girl.
That's the love I have right now. It's
I
called
hear you.
unconditional love, and it's the
Yes,
best. I had it
for
twice in my
sure.
life. My daughter, and then she still loved me, but when they get
Okay.
grown, and
Yeah.
that this little baby right here, oh, she gives it all to me. I don't even think that I can be torn away right now. If
Yeah.
somebody came, it would be like it's a package deal, me and her, kind of thing.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. She brought me back
I'm
to life. She put a little fire in me. But I will say this about my very public divorce that everyone knows about when I was
right.
First Lady of Turks and Caicos Islands. That I would do my love life very much more different than before. Would I let
Right.
everybody know and let them in? Absolutely, because when you're in love, that's a happy time
Yeah, of
in your life.
course.
You don't want to keep that a secret. But I will be in love when I get married.
Yeah, and that's something I definitely want to talk to you about because I've seen a couple of interviews where you've talked about that. And if you're just joining in and you have questions for LisaRaye, please drop a message. You talked about marrying potential and how, in the past you didn't necessarily marry for love. Can we talk about that a little bit? Like, what do you, for you, felt like marrying for potential was wrong? Because I know for some other people, they feel like it's okay.
Oh
But
yeah,
for
I'm about to say,
you,
don't get me wrong. I didn't say it was
yeah,
wrong. Not at all.
yeah,
It was right for me at that time.
right, right.
And what we wanted our marriage to be, we went into it that way. Both of us
Hmm.
did. Now, how
Ah,
it turned out, something switched in between there because you can't really say that you can call out your future. You know what I mean? Who
right,
knew that he would be on trial for corruption of governmental funds, and
right,
who knew that there would have been so much infidelity? Who knew? Who knew? You know what I'm saying?
right,
When you
right.
look back on hindsight, I always say love would have conquered all. Just like us, when you get a woman's heart, our body and our mind is going to follow. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
there's love there. So you start doing things that you
Yeah.
wouldn't have necessarily done before. You're going to get up at midnight and make him a sandwich because there's love there. You're not going to
Yeah.
say, "Oh, are you serious? Can't you go down there and make you one and me?" You're not going to say that because it's going to
Yeah.
be harmony there. You know what I mean? You're not keeping tabs there. And so when you have a strong love that your vows is supposed to constitute why you got married, then that's
Hmm.
just the type of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the type of love that I want to feel for the next time that I go down the aisle. And I'm looking.
Yeah. I love that. I've had this conversation, and for some of your viewers that are coming from you who don't know me, I'm a celebrity matchmaker, and I've worked with hundreds of people. The conversations that I have amongst Black women specifically, because that happened to be the bulk of my clientele, is
Mhm.
about like the struggle that we have with labels, right? We don't want to be called angry and Black, and we don't want to have all these things attached to us, but that kind of affects the relationships we have with people because we're afraid to say no because we don't want these labels attached. So do you think that there is some kind of correlation with that, just with people picking partners for the wrong reasons?
I would always say what is actually the wrong reason.
Right.
Because when you make a vow, it is between you and that person. to be whatever it is that you guys want it to be. See, I think people misconstrued my relationship in the part that I let them in on, because definitely I didn't let them in on everything, nor will I. There's things that you keep to yourself, and there's things that stays between you and him as your pillow talk, you know?
Right.
So this man was not my boyfriend. This man was my husband. And so we talked about many different things. So whether I married, because I saw someone make a comment and say, "You married for money, girl, bye." And it's like, yes, along with other things.
Right,
you know,
of course.
Because money don't make you happy. So you can't just marry for money. But those of people that don't have money, or don't have much money, or that is not as successful as they want to be, or someone else that is, you know, at another level of their life, those people are normally the people that want to look at you and go, "Girl, please." It's like, you don't know that life. You're not about that life. So you can't tell me about my life. You know what I mean? So all of the criterias in which and why I married Michael Missick in the beginning are some of the same criterias that I have now. Those are not going to change. I definitely want to marry someone that is business minded and a businessman, because something about a businessman is powerful to me. That knowledge in which they possess is powerful to me, and their history speaks to me, because I know where they've been. So I know with me, I know where we're going. So I want to be able to have someone that loves to build, because businessmen are strategic with building. There's a process that they like to go through of building businesses, inquiring different investments and portfolios. Now, I've done well for myself, but I can damn sure do better, and I want to. And I want to be evenly yoked with someone that is successful, or if not more successful than I. So when we do come together, we're going to build each other up. You know, I want you, if I need you, I want to be able to lean on you. And if you need me for anything, whether that's creativity or a dollar or a dime, I want to have you too. But make no mistake about it. Broke don't make me happy. Broke, I'm not looking at. Broke, no. What am I do with that? Why would I? Now, if you want to, then that's what you do. And I'm saying that to everybody out there. For me, I'm going to do just like our counterpartners do. They teach their kids to go to cotillions. They teach their kids to go to bar mitzvahs. They teach their kids to be a socialite. They teach their kids to go after someone that has something, because you want to be able to share within a lifestyle in which you've prayed for, you've dreamed about, you've seen in movies, you've seen on TV. I'm no different than that little girl on the south side of Chicago that saw Fantasy Island and said, "Wow, I want to go there." So what does it take to get there? This can't get me there. It's going to take this right here to get me there. And
you know what's interesting, I'm sorry to cut you off, is that there are a lot of women who kind of feel the way that you do, but they're afraid to say it. It's just that you are more willing and comfortable to say, "This is what I want," rather than finding yourself in a relationship that you regret, you know? So I think that's
that would be me anyway, because when I can almost sniff out success. I feel it. It's like birds of a feather. You know what I mean? You're going to be within that you know, group of people. You know, so when I'm looking for someone, I'm looking for personality, and I'm looking for swag, and I'm looking to see what is going to make me want to go over there to talk to him, or him come to talk to me. And then that time that you're together is that time to get to know each other. Personality. You can't tell any of that by just looking at a person. You know what I mean? So you need to get down and find out, do you like me for me? Because it's easy to like somebody with all the hair and the makeup and the lashes and the lipstick and all of that. But when I take all of that off and you see that I have freckles, are you going to say, "Oh my God, I love your freckles"? Or, "Oh, I never thought I'd really be with anybody that had spots on their face"? Depends on how they look at it. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of different factors in there of why you date someone and why you marry someone. You know, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are married for just money. That wasn't my story. You know what I mean? My story has been told out there. And be quite honest, I'm sick of talking about it.
Sick
You know
and
what I mean?
tired.
So
I'm
it's like,
sure you are.
can I live? You know what I mean? But I mean, you know, I take it all with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
don't take anything that serious. I don't take anything like this literal. Oh, this person is talking about me. You don't know me. You don't
Yeah.
know me. So a little bit of what you say, I can kind of go, yeah. But a whole
Whatever.
lot of what you say makes me say, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know, you
No, I
gotta take
hear
a
that.
stand.
So on the for those that you know, are kind of like struggling, or maybe not even struggling, because I feel like that's the wrong thing to say, but if we're talking about like marrying for potential or dating for potential, do you think for some people that's a form of settling, or is it just by case, you know, for each individual?
I think it's case by case because
Yeah.
here's one thing: when we see a couple together and one of the other is not that pretty or physically put together or
Yeah.
whatever, you go, what he doing with her? Or
Hmm.
how she find him? That's the first thing we say, right?
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
don't really know what is the glue behind their relationship, what really caused them to be magnets to each other.
Hmm.
So I think it is a case by case because I can all day long tell you I don't like light-skinned men. Well, who knows? It may be some brother that come to make me go, oh, I thought I didn't like light-skinned men. Because I can't really say that I have
Yeah.
a preference. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I can't really say that I just like all dark-skinned men or I just like black brothers or whatever. No, I date outside my race. I want love. However way
Hmm.
it comes to me, I'm not going, oh, I'm not looking at him because he has curly hair and I want someone that has kinky hair. Absolutely not.
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stay open enough to find whomever heart is going to be attracted to mine.
No, I understand that. So for those people who are like struggling with trying to find their partner and making maybe bad partner choices, I'm pretty sure, you know, just in your experience, there are people that you probably were like proud to be with, and those that you're like, why did I do that? You know, for those that make the bad choices, like how can someone make better choices? Like if we look at like the old LisaRaye who made, you know, the bad choices with the bad guys, like how did you make that shift?
See, I don't believe in bad choices.
Okay.
That's not my language. You know what I mean? I am really an activist for knowing that if you got yourself in a situation and it didn't work, it's something in that within that situation that taught you
Hmm.
about who you need to be now so you can
Right.
be the woman that you're going to become. So without Turks and Caicos, I would not be the woman that I am now.
Yeah.
Without that marriage, I would not be who I am now because it taught me some things about myself. It taught
Yeah.
me some things about relationship. It taught me some things about love. You know,
Right.
so I walked away from that saying and able to say now, years later, oh my God, thank you. What an opportunity. And I don't
Hmm.
want people to think that my marriage was all bad. It was
Yeah.
not. Just because you get a divorce doesn't mean I got to walk away and go, oh, you know what I mean? No, it
Hmm.
it made sense. Once we put everything on the table and was like, okay, you got this going on. Now you fighting for your position. You fighting for, you know,
Hmm.
your money. You fighting in politics. Marriage right now is on the back burner. And we was having problems. Yeah, okay, let
Yeah.
me go back to the 50 states that love LisaRaye. You know what I mean? It was that. It was, you know, I know we
Yeah.
had a fight. To fight here too, that was a lot. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? It was a lot. And so, and I had stopped my career. I put everything on hold. So what lied ahead for me in Turks and Caicos was no longer because everything was being torn down. So I
Yeah.
had to survive because I take care of my family. So I had to
Hmm.
return back here and say, who am I now? Do I
Yeah.
reinvent myself? Do I go back to who I was? Am I still
Hmm.
her?
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? So I was lost myself. And I always say that God has a funny way of putting you on your butt to put you on your
Yeah.
knees. You know what I mean? And so I don't regret anything. I had a fabulous time running the country with this man. This man
Yeah.
treated me like a queen. Did we have problems in our marriage? Yes. You know,
Hmm.
what constitutes a good marriage to you? 2 years, 3 years, 4, 10? I was just reporting on Kelly. No, yeah, Kelly, Price, um,
Hmm.
and she just walked away from her marriage. I think it was of 23 years, and we know she's a God-fearing woman. And everybody, I was looking at the comments, and they was like, "What kind of person would leave a marriage after 23 years?" And she just got a show, and she
Yeah.
felt herself. And I was like, "Wow, how did
Hmm.
you know what was going on in her marriage? How do you know
Right.
that she wanted to walk away?" How do you know that she didn't need to walk away? How do you know
Yeah.
that there wasn't any verbal abuse or physical abuse? How do you
Mhm.
know to be able to have a comment like that that someone can read and potentially make them go over the edge? Like, people
Yeah.
don't really look at our lives and say that we're sensitive. Like, I'm a girl. I'm a girl.
Right.
I cry.
Hmm.
I cry too. I mean, I cry about the same things, but we're human.
Yeah, of
So what
course.
about that makes you feel like you need to chop us down?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean? So, there's a side to me that's funny and crazy and silly and whatever. And there's a side to me that's first lady. And there's a side to me that's at the baseball field. There's a side to me that's celebrity. There's a side to me that's a diva. I'm grandmother. I'm all these things. But
Yeah.
isn't
Right.
that wonderful?
I
Like,
agree
we
with
don't do
that.
that.
So what is self-care like for LisaRaye? Like, how are you taking care of you with all the stuff that you do and all that you are?
I am not skipping a beat in quarantine. Not at all. I'm doing exactly what I used to do. I like staying at home. I'm
Right.
actually a homebody. I like
Mhm.
cooking. I love organizing. My daughter says that I'm a neat freak. She was like, everything has a place. And I'm like, that's not a good thing,
Mhm.
But, for me, I work out still. I have a steam. So I'm steaming my whole body when I get sore, facials. I get a chance to do my own nails. I'm doing my grandbaby nails. I did my mama nails.
That's
We're
awesome.
doing feet when we get out the bathtub and out the shower. I'm learning how to, do my own wigs. I'm trying to learn how to do the lace front. I just don't think
Yeah.
they for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, I can see that lace up there. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I am doing everything that I would have been doing as LisaRaye before the quarantine. I just have
Mhm.
more time now to do it. Like,
Yeah.
Chef Boyardee don't have nothing on me, girl. I'm in here now looking at recipes like we're tired of the same thing. And I thought I'd never say that I'm tired of a home cooked meal, but I'm ready to go to some of my favorite restaurants. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
my
me
daughter
too.
also is a bartender as well. So if I want to drink or whatever, it's like, can you whip me up a drink or whatever? And we are really, it's 4 generations here. It's my
Yeah.
mother, my daughter, myself, and my grandbaby. So we are really loving on each other. We are really being able to coexist in the house where it's like, what's going on? My
Yeah.
daughter's an essential worker. She works at the airport. So for
Hmm.
her, I'm like, how was work today? You know what I mean? We're able to sit down like a family. And my family is able to see me more. My grandbaby is really able to see me more because when I had Kai, my daughter, I was in and out, making a career. So my
Yeah.
daughter, my granddaughter now, she's like, she see me on TV and like before she used to see me with different hair on and she'd look and she'd look at me. And then I took one of the wigs off and she did like this. And I said, oh, this
Oh.
probably is a shock for her. You know what I mean? She's like, what is going on? So I've
Hmm.
actually been having projects around the house. I've cleaned up and cleaned out of my file cabinet and found some paperwork that was misfiled. And I was like, where this being? You know what I mean? So I'm able
Yeah.
to lay eyes on my business stuff again and restructure and reorganize things. Catching up on emails, phone calls with friends that I've been wanting to talk to over the months, but just haven't for whatever reason. I ain't skipping a beat, girl.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
fine with it.
that's awesome. I saw
Hmm.
that you, and this might have been earlier in the year, maybe even last year, but I saw that you were dabbling into like more life coaching, and that you had your vision board. Like, what made you decide to maybe head in that direction? I know you're still acting in all of the other stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I started doing Life Rocks vision board workshop because as I
Hmm.
was going through my divorce, as I said, I was on my butt and I had to reorganize and just restructure my whole everything. And
Yeah.
so with that becomes a focus and a tunnel vision that you need to have like a checklist of things you write out, even if it's things of the day, things for
Right.
the week, things for the month. And I'm a visual person. As an actress, I love angles, I love colors, I love pictures. I
Hmm.
believe in the power of the tongue and the words. And I started doing a vision board. And at first, the first one was like, I want this, and I want that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
as I started doing it, it reminded me that this is not a Ouija board. These are things that you say you want. So are the things that you say you want on this board? So
Yeah.
you can connect with them visually, because see, now I already got the experience. I already have the wisdom. I've already
Yeah.
made the mistakes. So I can share those things with you all of you all, because now I'm able to speak and talk from experience, because I don't
Yeah.
want to make the same mistakes as I did before. And I don't want you to have to make the mistakes if you don't have to. So why not listen to those stories? Because we find strength in numbers. When you know that
Right.
you've gone through something and then I can shed a little light on there, you're going to be more apt to listen and go, well, then what did you do? Because that's
Yeah.
who we are. We're a little bit of our mama. We're a little bit of our girlfriend. We're a little bit of our cousin. We're a little bit of what we heard on TV. We're a little bit of what Oprah told us. We're a little bit of, we all of that. You know what I mean? And so if
Yeah.
I often said that if I had some older divas that was around me at the time of my marriage, to be able to say, sit your ass down, you little hot-headed chick.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to always be hot all the time.
Yeah.
Let's structure this out. Let's figure this out. Calm down. If I
Yeah.
would have had that, perhaps things would have turned out differently. And I don't
Yeah.
know,
It's
you
hard
know?
for people to take advice from those they feel like are not a party to their situations, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So I imagine, for a lot of other people who are, struggling to try to figure out like what kind of relationship I want to be in. Is this a healthy relationship? It's how do you tell like whether it's good or vice or bad, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. And then you have to have a bit of maturity with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because once you do sit down and you look around and you go, well, where is everybody that was there? You realize that your shit is your own shit that you got
Yeah.
to come out of. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to do that, which meant I built more character and more strength. I became accountable for my own stuff. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so what I learned is to look in that mirror, and I started reading a lot of self-help books that I had around the house all along. But it
Yeah.
wasn't until something happened to you. When you go through pain or enough pain, you're going to know, I don't want to go through that again. You're going to go through some
Yeah.
more pain, but not that
Hmm.
same pain, because you ain't going to do that the same way. And
Right.
so I started, my girlfriend was like, you need to teach this, because you are a great storyteller. And I know that that's come from my acting. And
Yeah.
I know how to hold attention. I'm engaging. I'm a
Yeah.
storyteller. I play pretend. I'm an entertainer. So when I realized that my vision board was working for me,
Yeah.
then it became a testimony for me. So then I
Hmm.
was able to tell testimonials from my own life. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, and I'm not afraid nor ashamed to share my life anyway. So then I started doing it at my church. And I started doing it at conventions and expos. And now it just took a life of its own. And so, LR, everything I do is LR with my own initials, LisaRaye. So Life Rocks is my initials up. I really feel like everyone's life needs to rock on whatever level it is. This
Yeah.
pandemic has put us all on the same level now.
Hmm.
It is like we all ain't working.
We
We
all
all are
not
not
working.
making the money that we work. You know what I mean?
True.
So
Yeah.
ultimately, we need to know that this nation, we are one. We are alone together. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And so with that, we do need to fill our mind with some subtle reminders of the blessings that we are having in our life to be able to be thankful for. That
Yeah.
kind of thing makes me sane. It makes me walk in my garage before I get into my house and look around and go, thank you, Father, because I got choices. I work hard for those.
Yeah.
My lifestyle is my lifestyle, and what I've made it, I want to keep it. So
Yeah.
what do I have to do? What do I have to create? How hard do I have to work? I got to roll my sleeves up just like everybody else. But just because my life looks like I got the lights, camera, action on me, just take heed to that. Listen
Yeah.
to our interviews and listen to our words without taking part of the words, and listen to the whole interview and hear our hearts.
Right.
Because sometimes we need you all just as much as you need us.
Yeah.
I need them to be able to say to me, my fan base is ridiculous. And I will say that. They are ridiculous. They are true die-hard fans. If ever I need an ego boost, I go home to Chicago and I look at the comments. And my comments is, damn, she look good. Damn, she keeping it together. Damn,
Yeah.
she's a boss. She's a businesswoman. She keeps it real. I
Hmm.
like that. That makes me go,
Okay
because we
now.
do it for you all, really. We're
Yeah.
nothing without the fans. And once you
Right.
realize that and humble yourself enough, you may hear me talk strong. You may hear me say a curse word here and there. You may hear all of that. And I said what I said, and I mean what I mean when I say it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just that kind of chick. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm in your face and I'm like, no, that ain't what I got to be. Now, you catch me on the tail end of talking about somebody that has crossed me.
Right.
Or done something bad. Absolutely. I'm not that chick.
That's different. Of course.
That's different. I'm Southside Chicago. You can get it any day you want it. You know what I mean? However, do I want to be that woman? No, but I don't have to be.
Yeah.
But if I gotta show up, here she is.
You gotta show. Like,
you know what I mean?
No, I hear that. Do you ever, if like kind of segueing back to dating a little bit, because I know you're not actively searching, but you're open. Do you find that the LisaRaye that people assume you to be doesn't necessarily match up with the woman you are when you're actually in relationships or someone meets you for the first time?
I like my reputation.
Okay, I love it.
I do. Because they pegged me right. You know, it's just that they will take it and run with it as if though that one attribute is all it is. And that's all they talk about. You know what I mean? If you gonna say she don't take no shit, that's true. But you can't say she don't take no shit. She cuss you out and then she'll cuss you out. Right. Then it's like, but curse you out because of what though? You forgot the other part. You know what I mean? But do I know how to be a woman? Absolutely. Do I know how to wear a skirt? Surely. But do I know how to also wear the pants? Absolutely. You know what I mean? So my husband ain't gonna have to worry about, am I the one that have the skirt on and I don't know how to put my cape on to be superwoman? You know what I mean? Yeah. I got you because I'm a ride or die. I don't want to be the man in my relationship. I'm strong, and what you see out of me is an independent woman that takes care of her family. There is not a man in my life that's taking care of us. I do that from what I do. For my negotiations, for me saying, nah, I'm not taking that. Or, well, I'll take a little bit of that, but then here, put this with it, and then we can compromise and we can go ahead and do this deal. Right. You see a strong Black woman here that is able to hold her own on any conversation on any level. You know what I mean? So some things I don't care about. Like, I don't care about an Oscar. If I get an Oscar, absolutely great. But am I working towards getting that? Not really. I'm working towards having a great balanced career that is going to allow me to spend as much time as I want to with my grandbaby and my other businesses, because this ain't all I do. I got a jewelry line that's coming out. I got LR Home Styles, which is my furniture and mattress line that's out. I got the Life Rocks Vision Board Workshop. Girl, I got a new show. I got all kinds of shit going on that I'm not just one category. You cannot put me in a box. I am every type of woman. And that means you don't have to be lonely because I'm not way. You won't be bored. I bet you that.
No, I hear that completely.
I bet you that.
So would you get remarried, or are you more on the like Oprah Stedman long-term relationship tip?
Girl, I want to get remarried.
Okay.
Absolutely. I work better in a relationship. I'm a relationship girl.
Yeah.
I work better in a partnership. When I can come home and you can hold me and tell me it's going to be okay. Because I'm a crybaby too, you know. So it's almost like, oh, hold me, you know, so it's going to be okay. But I just need that accountability person and that support system. Like, I would love it. I can't wait for somebody to just take me away like Cal Dunn.
I imagine that there are some men, and it's kind of like finding the right guy, right? It's the guy who can handle all that you are. Yeah. But there are some men that just can't, they just don't know what to do with all that.
It's a lot. So, it's a lot, because even my ex-husband and all of his glory, him having money, some of what I did is what he did too. But the hair, the makeup, the not so private in our bedroom. You know what I mean? My stylist coming in and saying, here, try this on. This Brian working here, strip this down. And it's like, oh, you know what I mean? That was a lot, because I may come home a redhead and I left a brunette or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so if that's too much for you, because you don't really know about all of that, or you want to see just this, then I'm not for you. Right. I'm a person that got a lot of personality. I like to cater. I love to cook. I love to entertain. So I tend to be a big pajama party style girl. Come one, come all. Let's make it happen. I'm that. Like Christmas, everybody's at my house because I cook for all the stragglers. The people that didn't go home. The people that couldn't afford to go home. They're like, you cooking? Like, yeah, come on get a plate. because I'm a
Right.
family person. You know what I mean? So I'm playing games, I'm dancing, I'm pantomiming, I'm playing karaoke. We doing all kinds of stuff. We taking shots. We have dance contests. I'm learning how to
I'm gonna
twerk,
go to your house.
Oh, no, I'm trying to do everything. So my mother always tells me, don't change because I want you to forever keep that magical child inside of you.
Yeah, I
Because I'm
love
not the most
that.
mature 50-something-year-old woman, but I'm mature here
Yeah.
and still going
Yeah.
to grow. You know, I'm not saying that I'm finished growing or learning. There's a
Hmm.
lot more to learn. There's a lot more to add to my portfolio of body of
Hmm.
work and my portfolio financially. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things
Yeah.
that I want to do still. You know, and shit, this pandemic really is showing us that, hey, don't let no grass grow under your feet because we can't wait to get back out there to the grass, right?
That is so true. So I kind of feel like there's, women like you who are strong, they're assertive, they know what they want, they're unwavering and are not willing, but then there's that, that quiet at night, it's like, oh, I want somebody next to me, and then they find themselves settling or in relationships that they shouldn't be in. Like, how can you encourage, because you're like the woman that most women are, especially as a Black woman who is really assured of who they are. Like, what can you, or what kind of advice do you have for people who might feel like they're struggling with that independence and the loneliness of it?
Here's what the deal is, and I don't want to be cliche, but it's just like the Bible says. When
Hmm.
a man find a wife, he findeth a good thing. So
Hmm.
when you're evenly yoked with someone, you ain't got to worry about any of that because
Yeah.
it's going to have a natural flow to it that you ain't going to even be able to control. That's like that shit where our grandparents and their grandparents told them,
Right.
baby, when I first laid eyes on him, I knew he was going to be my husband.
Yeah.
And you thinking, well, I'm looking for a ta-da kind of moment or answer here that's gonna make me find my husband. Like, what else then, grandma? And she like,
Hmm.
no, I knew he was gonna be a good provider because he worked hard out there in that field. It's like, do we need to find a field man? You know what I mean? It's like, what is it? What's the field? You know, so really it's like you can be as vibrant as you want to in front of this camera. But when this
Right.
camera go off, you got to know that I'm not walking around the house going all day long. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? There's some
Hmm.
downtime, there's some quiet time to read, to watch TV, to just be in silence. Or how about when you are with somebody? Those things that kept you dating and kept you, migrating
Yeah.
towards each other are those things that's going to keep you together. Whether it's
Yeah.
traveling or shopping or whatever, that's when you find those things that attracted you all to each other to be able to
Yeah.
sit down and say, babe, we both like to watch water. I
Right.
like to look at water. Water is beautiful to me. I like the sound of water, whether it's rain. Well, then I would say to me, that's going to be a problem.
Right.
That's going to be a problem with me. Because, see,
Hmm.
I love traveling not only with my girls, but I want to travel with my significant other too. Because I got places in my head that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to be able to go on the beach. I want Mile High Club. Just some things that I haven't done. I can't think of what that is right now. But whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying, whatever those things are, I still
Right.
want to experience it with a partner. I don't want to go
Hmm.
hiking by myself. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Especially when you get older, you start realizing, hey, I'm a little lonely here. And hey,
Right.
I want to share my life with someone because it's not happy. It's that, it's not, you can't be happy at the top. It's lonely at
No.
the top. When they say more
Yeah, it
money, more
is.
problems, surely. But I'm sure that at whatever level, lonely is lonely.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you
Yeah.
start conforming because you're not going to have no relationship without compromise.
Right.
But then you figure out, is this a deal breaker? You know what I mean? Is this a deal breaker that he says that I need to cook at least 3 days a week?
Mm.
If you're the type of woman that's like, I don't cook at all. We got enough money between us to be able to have a chef. If that works for him, then you go in. But if that doesn't work for
Yes.
him because he wants to taste his wife's food, then you got to figure out if that's a deal breaker for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I figured that
Yeah.
out. To me, it's like, what are going to be those things that is going to make me say, nah, but you figure those things out before you get to marriage.
Right.
You figure that out. And even when I was married, I did realize it was like we do have enough money that if I'm filming Monday through Friday, he can send a plane for me on Friday evening to get me to Turks and Caicos on Saturday morning. We have
Mm-hmm.
enough money between us to make it happen. If I don't feel like cooking and you just want to eat and it's not just necessarily my food, we got enough money between us to have a chef
Yeah.
cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's called work. You don't have to go to work, 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 work. Just give up work, work, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? It's like
No, you're right.
whatever money I make is towards my lifestyle and my family and the things I do. So if you want to hate on that, then come on and catch up to me. Because guess what? I'm truly trying to catch up to someone that has more, bigger, and better than me.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think that people feel like there's something wrong with saying that. And if that's not you, that's fine too.
Yeah.
You know, and I love that. So I'm going to kind of switch to like these rapid fire questions. It's like some questions that I often ask the people that I interview. And I know for you, this might hit close to home, so it's not directed at you. But would you rather cheat or be cheated on?
Well, that's about the same though. That's one of the same where I am now.
Would you rather be the person that does it? It's a hard question.
Does the other spouse, will he find out, or will she find out?
They may not.
I keep a secret, you know what I mean? I don't want to inflict any pain on anyone, and I definitely don't want them to inflict any pain on me either. I do have a forgiving heart.
Right.
But I guess I think I want to be in control, so I guess I'll be
No, I hear you. Is it better to ghost someone, just like completely disappear, or would you rather break their heart by being, forthcoming?
I need to break your heart because I really need to tell
you. I can't
what
see
it
you
is.
ghosting anybody, really.
Yeah, I'm too. Let me tell you what it is, so you'll know why I'm walking away, and you can make me learn from this, and I can too. So yeah.
So there's no surprises or like, oh, why did she leave me? No, you knew. You were well aware. What is the best dating or relationship advice you've heard or received?
Communication is the key.
Yeah.
To any relationship.
Yep. People think that is so cliche, but it's so accurate.
It is.
It is. If you could pick someone, and this is the last question, famous to do quarantine with, and this could be like romantic or platonic, like say you had advance notice, and you were going to get locked down, who would you choose?
I don't have any celebrity crushes, so that's out. Oh, yes, I do. Let me see. Yes, I do. But
is there somebody we could hook you up with while we're talking about it?
No. No. I need to be with someone funny because I love laughing. Like I laugh every day because I'm funny, Yeah. I need to be with someone that can teach me something too within the quiet moments, See, that's why I love businessmen,
That makes a lot of sense though.
Huh?
I said that makes a lot of sense though. Why you? Because I see that the part of you. I mean, yes, you're creative as the actress part, but then there's that whole other side where you are also creating things as well. And I can understand the connection between somebody who's business minded, because it seems like you are as well. With the way that you think and the way you operate, it's kind of like LisaRaye Corporation in a way.
I think the person because he just popped in my mind, the person that I would want to be quarantined with is Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I've been knowing Mike for a long time. Obviously, I'm from Chicago. I used to go to the games. We used to always hang out, me, him, Scotty, Charles Oakley. Like, good person, fine, businessman, entrepreneur, got money, settled, older, done with the play shit. You know what I mean? Like, did I say fine too? Oh, I did.
Is
Yes.
there an ideal date, like age, that you prefer to date?
I don't care for younger boys, because I just feel that they're still boys, and so they're
Yeah.
not at a place where I am. I mean, my God, I've ran a country with a man, so you know what I mean. It's not
Yeah,
like
I mean,
so. I am versatile, and I'm cultured. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm well traveled. You know what I mean? So I've experienced and done a lot. You know, even at my age. So I really need someone that's not gonna be fly by night and fly, just impressionable. I don't, need that. And I damn sure don't want nobody to just want to be with Diamond. Okay.
Right.
Bucket
Right.
naked. Okay. So, um, my age would love to start at maybe 40 something. Because there's some nice guys that's 40. Because when I met
Yeah.
Michael, he was established at 40. You know what I mean? He even before that, he knew, you know what I mean? And you get some people that know what they want to do, what they're going to
Yeah,
school for,
of
if they're going
course.
to be, what they're going to be. So, but that's a big age difference. But maturity lies just like in the eye of
Hmm.
the beholder, like beauty. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
you can find someone that's mature. So I
Hmm.
don't. I don't. Again, I said I'm open minded. You know what I mean? But young also means that maybe he got baby mamas. I don't want no drama. I don't want that. I'm not really wanting to raise no little babies. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I have one. But perhaps that could possibly work because my grandbaby could be with me. But no, I don't, just if
Right.
possible, but I don't mind being a stepmom.
Right.
Um, and I need him to be, yeah, done with the play. You know what I mean? So older
Yeah.
men are more settled. You know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
looking for the same thing that I used to be looking for back in my 40s and
Hmm.
30s or whatever. I'm not looking for a six
Yeah.
pack because I don't have a six pack. I got a good old two pack for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm smooth. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for, like now salt and pepper hair is distinguished to me. You know what I mean? It looks
Yes.
like, oh, if it's done right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you want
Right.
to do just for men, then go ahead, do it then. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that too. But I don't want to feel intimidated. I don't want to be like, okay, turn the lights off or just, put the candlelight on or whatever. You know what I mean? I want him to, understand what menopause is going to be for me. I want him to understand that piece of cellulite that I've tried to get off for the last 4 years, it ain't going nowhere, babe. Is that a
Yeah.
problem with you? If that's a
Yeah.
problem with you, you're looking at the wrong thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need someone that's older that is already having those things in their mind and not going to hold those things against me and feel like, what is wrong with you? Because I've never heard of that or gone through that, da, 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 da. We got to be able to build and support each other in that way.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. So, well, what is next for LisaRaye? Because I know you have a new show that you're participating on. It's not a new show itself.
Right, his
Um,
second season is called The House Divided, and it's on
mhm,
UMC. I'm also on Family Business or BET. I'm a character on
mhm.
that, and I strategically did that because I wasn't ready to go and get a whole series by myself again. Because I'm launching the jean line and I'm launching the furniture mattress line, so I needed some time to be able to
Yeah.
travel to my manufacturing and just spend some time at home and be here with the baby and stuff. So I am bouncing here and there, just saying, here I am, showing up here and there. I have my show, Murder in the Thirst, which is my true crime investigation show that I love doing that. That's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I have, you know, um, potential reality show coming with Vivica Fox and myself that we're looking at on Bravo. And
Nice.
so I have that. And right now I'm doing Conversations Cocktails with Queens on Fox Soul on Mondays at 5 p.m. So
Yes.
I'm not short of being heard and being seen. I really, have been praying a lot to conduct my career and my business the way in which I want to. And I'm just
Yeah.
not the type of actress that wants to be working all the time and I need to have a
Yeah.
movie and I need to have that. That's not who I am. I like to work smarter and not harder.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of peekaboo here I'm still here. Now, don't forget about me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I don't want to touch anything that's not going to make me happy. You know what I mean? I want to go to set feeling like my cast and my crew, I like them just as much as they like me, because I just need a life that's drama free, because life outdoors and outside our house is going to beat us up anyway. So I don't want to have that inside my home, and I want to be able to kind of conduct a stress-free life as much as I possibly can. You know, and so work takes up a lot of your time. And so if you're really doing something that you don't want to do, you're going to get up like school, like, oh my God, I'm begrudging this. And I don't want to do that, because I've done that. You know, and again, through experience, been there, done that, which makes me stand firmly today and say, I'm not doing that shit I don't want to do. No way. Because I'm already in a hurry up and wait game. Cry, but no tears. Hurry up, but wait. It's like, what is it that you want? You know what I mean? And so I am very lucky that everything that I'm doing right now doesn't even feel like a job, doesn't even feel like work. When I show up on the set, my lines is coming, just flowing out of my mouth. The characters are just coming. The asks are just coming. And it's wonderful for me, because I have been in the business 20 years, you know, and it makes me go, wow, 20 years? It's been 22 years since Players Club, 21 or 22 years since Players Club came out. You know what I mean? And so when I look at it, it's like, I don't have the body of work like a lot of actresses, like a Regina King or a Vivica Fox, you know, or a Taraji Henson. I don't want one like that. I don't want paparazzi outside my house. I don't want my children not to be able to go outside the house and they get so much of you know, our private life, not private. That ain't what I want. You know what I mean? So everything I'm going through right now is exactly where I'm supposed to be, and it's a blessing, and I accept it respectfully.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Well, I thank you so much for your time.
Oh, hell no, I thought you had somebody for me. You
we have to talk again, you know, and get an update on what the search looks like now as opposed to 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, you know, because it's changed a little bit, but not so much. But I absolutely appreciate you for, you know, just communicating with me and being willing to have this discussion, because I've watched over the years, and we have a couple mutual friends, and I'm like, how's LisaRaye doing? Is she doing good? Is she still single? So it's been good to kind of connect with you one-on-one as opposed to through like Joe exclusive.
Yeah, we're old friends, you know what I mean? And once you have a connection with someone, it just takes a reintroduction for us to get back together and say, because I didn't know where you had gone either, you know, and I'm sure we got to catch up on what you've been doing. Like, see, we need to reverse this. I need to interview you next. You know
I know, next time.
Make that happen.
For sure. Well, thank you again, and I hope the family stays safe and healthy through all of this craziness. And your adorable grandchild, I just, melts my heart.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Stay safe. Wear your mask, because it not only protects you, but it protects the other people as well, right?
For sure, for sure. All right, take care.
Thank you. We're going to talk soon, okay?
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Definitely.
Bye, everybody. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining in for another episode of Happy Hour. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. LisaRaye, she drops nuggets, regardless of what some of y'all think in the comments. Had to turn it off. You know, her knowledge, skills, experience is not matched by anyone. So, you know, it's great to have her on to give her insight, her thoughts and opinions. Tune in next week. Happy Hours every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have a brand new guest. Still working on confirming, but it will be someone you will enjoy. If you have any questions, you're welcome to either leave a post now or send us a DM.